Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna do some playing today. I always love to play. I've got some paints already mixed up and I'll tell you what those are in just 1 second. I'm adding some water because I used them a few days ago and I just want to make sure they're nice and fluid. For this particular technique I'm going to do a tree ring, but I'm going to incorporate the Deco Art enamel paint into the equation, which gives that cloudy effect. So like this one is really thick. I want to really kind of loosen it up a bit. There are no silicone in these paints that I've already got mixed up. No silicone. I'm going to put my gloves on. I'm using Arteza paints today. I love Arteza. They're nice, rich, thick and creamy. And this is the 14 pack where they come in these pouches that are 4 ounces, so they're like the size of an acrylic tube of paint that you get from your any craft store, paint store, art supply store. 4 ounces, and this is the 14 pack. I'm using the lemon yellow, of course. Then I've got the yellow ochre, and I'm going to make sure these are a little bit thick too, so I want to make sure to loosen them up a bit. These are mixed 1 to 1 or so, maybe a little bit more than usual. Oatrol Easy Flow. It's a European brand. It's like Floetrol. It's a little thicker, richer, and creamier, but it's like Floetrol that we use here in the United States, but Oatrol is a European company for people that are outside of the US that want to use a similar product. It's a great company. You can get it from oatrolusa.com or from the Amazon link below my video. They graciously give me free product to demo. So I have lemon yellow, I have the true ochre, which I added a little bit of the scarlet red. This is scarlet red. I need to add some water to that one. Like I said, I want these pretty fluid. And this one is the scarlet red mixed with phthalo blue. So it's not straight phthalo blue, it's got some red mixed into it because I wanted to go a little bit more towards a purple blue, and then this one is more red mixed into the blue, so it has a little bit more purple cast. So there is a slight difference between those two. And so I did pretty much a 1 part paint to about a 1.5 parts of Oatrol Easy Flow. Because these pigments are so strong and thick and rich and creamy, you can get by with using less of the paint. And then I've got a big thing of white, Artist Loft Flow acrylic mostly, but I added just a little bit of this Deco Art Satin Enamel, pure white. It doesn't have to be pure white, it can be the picket fence, it can be anything off-white, whatever. It's just it's the fact that it's an enamel. That is what kind of causes this cellular reaction. So there's not going to be any silicone in any of these paints, but let's see what happens with the cells. So I'm going to take my cup here. What I pour in first is going to come out last, and I kind of want the middle part to be the darkest is what I'm aiming for. So I'm going to start with this purple color, the bluish color, which is more purpley blue, red, And it's not really orange because I put the ochre color in with the red, but it's kind of there. And then this yellow. And I'll put just a hint of white here. And I'm going to do kind of a tree ring style. This is a dry canvas, 12-inch canvas. It's funny, the white's still coming out because I did not have any white at the bottom of my cup. Okay, I'll go ahead and heat it. And I may do this a couple of times, I'm not sure, to experiment with it. I am going to put a little white around the outskirts of it. Not much, but we're going to see what happens. I think I'll go this way first. And I'm going to kind of circle around a bit. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and tilt to the corners. I see a lump. So this did not react the way I was expecting it to. I'm going to get rid of a lot of the deeper purple just to bring some highlights over of the color. I only put a little bit of the Deco Art enamel in. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but didn't have the cells pop out that typically do. That's interesting. And I used Floetrol. I did not use Liquitex pouring medium, which typically I've been using when I want that cloudy effect. I'm just going to keep kind of tilting until I get a composition that I kind of like. We have talking going on next door as usual, so it's kind of hear it through the walls. So I just poured a bunch of colors into a cup. I'm going to toss it on and see what happens. They were just leftover colors. I threw them in a cup with some blue paint and a little bit of a rose madder, which is a beautiful color. And I'm just going to tilt and see what happens here. This is one of those where I tilted and tilted because I didn't have quite enough paint on the canvas. So what happens when you do that is you squish your cells into jaggedy stuff, but that's okay. Everything is a learning experience. What I'm going to do just is add a few balloon smashes in a few areas. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that. I'll heat it. So there's parts of it I like, parts I don't, but I'm going to leave it as is. Because like I said, I had already swiped off the canvas one time. So there it is.